Yo, so what's happening, my people? It's your boy Chance Jollivet, aka Smooth, back with another video. So, I'm a large, huge proponent of black cinema. So if there's something black, usually I'm gonna try to talk about it if I can get to it early enough and stuff. So this right here is a new little series. It's on Peacock, a limited series, man. Kevin Hart and them, like, yo, very dope ish right here. This is Fight Night, the $1 million heist. I've been looking forward to this. They got Kevin Hart, that's Chicken Man, Taraji P. Henson, Vivian, Sam Jackson, that's Frank, Terrence Howard, Cadillac, Don Cheadle, Detective J.D. Hudson, Lori Harvey is in here. She's Lola Falani. Chloe Bailey is Lena. They have a lot of other people in the cast, man. You recognize them from a lot of movies, from Showing, from Power. They got a dude, he played on Snowfall. He was a little light-skinned dude that they killed and stuff, man. They got a lot of people in the cast that you're going to recognize. But let's get to the series. They debuted 3 episodes. So it took me about a day to get to this, but finally got to watch them, man. So going to try to run through it. And I don't know if this is going to be like a recap / review type thing. So bear with me. The star of it is Chicken Man. So Chicken Man, that's Kevin Hart, and he's a number runner. He's a hustler in the city. He's a dreamer. He wants Atlanta to grow. He wants it to be bigger. He wants to do bigger things. And he's a big member of the community and stuff. Like, everybody knows him. But he has bigger dreams and goals for the city and for himself and stuff, man. At this time, it's like 1960s or something, man. They got an Ali fight that's coming to Atlanta. It's like the 60s or the 70s or something. But Ali fight is coming to Atlanta, man. And this is his first fight since he had his 3-year suspension from the draft and all that. So they're going to have this fight. And with that fight being in the city, in this black city, it's going to have a lot of opportunities. Going to have a lot of power plays in the city and stuff, man. So we see Detective J.D. Hudson. So that's Don Cheadle. Don Cheadle. And he has the job of trying to protect Ali, because they got a lot of people, like, he's beloved now, but back in the days they really couldn't stand Ali. They talk about he was a coward and draft dodging and all this kind of stuff. They don't worry about Trump. But anyways, yeah, so he has to protect Ali at this point, and he was in the military and he's a cop and stuff. So at the beginning of this, he can't stand Ali. So he doesn't even want to take the job, but he one of the only black detectives that's on the department and stuff, so they assign him to Ali, whatever. But he ends up being bigger in the series. We're going to get into all that. Chicken Man is trying his best to get close to this dude named Frank. And Frank is like big power player in the city. Well, not in the city, from New York. And so he's coming down and he's going to be in the city. And so Chicken Man did everything in his power to be able to get in front of Frank. And like, okay, he put it upon himself. He wants to throw him a big gala, a big party, and that's going to be his way as an introduction to Frank, for him to better himself and better the city and better his opportunities and all that. And with that party, they're going to have a lot of power players in the city. Pretty much the whole black mafia. I guess they had a black mafia at the time or whatever. And Ali, like, I love Muhammad Ali. Is like just one of my favorite people in the world. One of the people I look up to. They don't have too many that's like I hold to that standard. But Ali is one of them. He was terribly casted. Like, he looked more like Dave Chappelle. He looked and speaks more like Dave Chappelle than he does Muhammad Ali. He Dave Chappelle with a flat top, man. Like, they could have did better with that. Frank is a powerful brother, man. Like, he's somebody to be respected, and feared. Whenever he gets into the city and he drives them around and stuff, man, like, you see who he is. Like, the first stop is going to somebody. I think they cut his fingers off and maybe killed him or something. So Kevin Hart knows from the beginning, what Chicken Man knows, like, yeah, this somebody I can't fuck around with. but he gonna fuck around. Because that's what make the series interesting is he don't try to fuck around, but it happens. And it don't take long for Chicken to get snatched up. So Chicken, he has the biggest party going on and stuff, so people think he's bigger than what he is. He got flyers and stuff. So they got a Hispanic dude from Miami, and he snatches Chicken Man up, and he tries to extort him, but Chicken Man, he gets back to Frank and whatever, and Frank really don't want to deal with him at this point, but he's very resourceful, and so they at this fancy hotel. He sees Lola Falani. That is Lori Harvey, and I didn't think too much of Lori Harvey and stuff. I'm like, all these dudes losing their mind. They all after the same girl and stuff. I'm like, these niggas lame. Yo, I see it. I see it. Cause she Lola Falani on here. Yo, that's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I'm just talking about Lola. Hey, Lori Harvey is. Yes. Yes. That's all I gotta say. All I gotta say about that one. But Frank is in love with her. Like, he's a big fan of her movies and stuff. And Chicken Man takes it upon himself to introduce, and so now Frank kind of owes him a favor and stuff. So what he wants to do, he's like, man, get Javier and them off my back and whatever. But anyway, so that's why Lola Falani, her little part was important on this little piece. And they got races in the city, man. They trying to stop the Ali fight. Like, he's like at a cabin or something working out, and they got races in the clan or whatever. I don't know where, just some rednecks, and they riding around and trying to intimidate him and stuff, and making noise out in the middle of the night, throwing eggs at him. And they had detectives out there. They had another black detective. He was about to pop their heads. Lucky that Don Cheadle stopped him or whatever, because he a good cop. But the fight goes on at the end of the episode, and the party is robbed. So that is the whole first episode. Episode 2, 1962. So this is 8 years before the fight. So yeah, basically the fight was in 1970 or whatever. So 8 years before the fight, and we see why JD is like kind of important to the story and stuff. Like Chicken Man, he was been doing this thing in the city, and he got arrested by JD. He spent some years in jail because of JD. So I guess they're gonna cross paths a few times in the series and stuff. But we pick up at the fight and the robbery, and so they showing that in present time or whatever, and there's nothing too spectacular going on. Then they have another flashback. So it's 2 weeks before the fight, and we see the robbers, and they got their whole backstory and how they met up. Homeboy met him at his little apartment and stuff, and got him, and then they been casing the joint for a long time. Like these 2 weeks, like whenever they were planning and everything, they were part of the planners, part of the painters. They was in all the little facets of the story. And like Lola, not Lola, Lena, that's Chloe Bailey. She got in on the thing because they recruited her. But then Chicken Man has a weak spot, women. So he's married on this series. He's married. Taraji P. Henson is like his number one. Like he's not a pimp or anything, but that's his number one. And they fuck around or whatever. He got other women he fuck around with and stuff. Like he's a womanizer on the series or whatever. But anyways, the night of the robbery, Frank don't want to go to the party and stuff. Like he got some shit going on with him. He was trying to get land in Atlanta. Chicken Man, he tries to hustle and says that he knows somebody in the department and can get him permits and stuff. He ends up it was a lie and whatnot. And I don't want to try to like super spoil it. Try to just give you like a little briefing. But yeah. Then Ali wins, of course. And it was dope because JD Hudson, the detective, Don Cheadle, he couldn't stand Ali. As the fight was going on, Ali was fighting the white dude. And so all the white dudes in the crowd, they was all like against Ali and stuff. And man, JD Hudson, like he watching and stuff, and then he started getting some pride with it. Like, come on, get him, champ, get him. So Ali busts his ass. So he ends up turning Hudson into a fan. So that's cool. But so since Chicken Man tried to run this con on Frank, he gets snatched up again. And Javier, he got snatched up because he was trying to extort and try to prove his point or whatever with Frank, like he was a power player. He gets knocked off. And Chicken Man almost gets knocked off, but he like, man, I just want to work for you. I just want to help you and this and that. And I got big plans for the city. And so he wants to be Black Vegas. Frank has plans for the city as well. He wants to be a Black Mecca. He wants it to be kind of what it is now, except for like minus the, I guess, the water bars and the robbers and certain things in the city. But anyways, so they have the same vision. So that saves Chicken Man on this episode. And if we get towards the end of this episode, and Chicken Man, Frank is like, I feel like partying. So where we gonna party at? He like, I got a place. So he brings him to the party that he set up for him. Everything was all copacetic or whatever. Nope. They get there and the robbery is taking place. And it was the stupidest robbery in the world. Like, it was just dumb. Like, they robbed the place. They told everybody, I want y'all to dance and y'all act like y'all partying. And so to bait people in, and whenever somebody would knock on the door, they would snatch them up and put them in the basement and then keep certain people just dancing in the front. So they just dancing and like, come to the party. And whenever they come in, the people would have a shotgun to their face and stuff. It was like, yeah, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But anyway, so that was episode 2. Episode 3. This one, there isn't a long synopsis for this one, man. For synopsis or whatever. It's a robbery. The robbery is taking place the whole episode. They make Vivian strip, like there's a little piece on it. You see them putting them in different rooms and just the people plotting. Chicken Man has to find a way to get him out of this. Or Frank pretty much said, like, look like you done set us up. Like, if you don't find a way out of here, we gonna kill your ass. And the people that was robbing the place, they didn't know who they were robbing. Like, a lot of them didn't. They end up robbing the Black Mafia. So they looking at the IDs and stuff, and they like, oh, this homeboy from Chicago, homeboy from New York, homeboy from Kansas, homeboy from so-and-so. And it's like, oh, this is this gangster from this place, this gangster from this place. And it's like, oh, shit, we done fucked up. So they getting like cold feet, some of them and whatever. They finally end up getting loose. Like, Frank is the one, he was the mastermind of the operation, end up getting them loose and stuff. Ali, he won his fight, but he had to go around. He had to deal with a lot of racism in the place, man. Like, he went to the little after party with the white people and stuff, man. And one of the detectives tried to swing on Ali. Like, yo, how stupid you gotta be? This the greatest motherfucker of all time with these things right here. Especially at that point in history. Nigga, you think you gonna run up on him and you gonna catch him with these? Man, Ali just dodged him. Man, if Ali wants to kick, man, you stupid mother sucker. But anyways, yo, so they get loose. They get loose in the party, and Frank and them, they end up tearing some people ass up. Like, they got dude, he was cocky as hell, the whole thing. He was doing people dirty and stuff. Man, homeboy blow his back out. Pause. But they got, if you watch Walking Dead, I forgot what his name on Walking Dead was. He's a big jack dude. He was like one of the soldiers for the governor at the end of the series and stuff. But he big black dude, and he cold for the little piece that he actually does get to handle his business. They snatch up Chloe Bailey, snatch her little ass up. But she was crooked. She was crooked as a roach leg on his stuff, man. At the end, Frank is trying to find out, did Chicken Man have anything to do with this? So that's gonna be a big part of point of contention to see if he gonna do this and see if he gonna end up how is he gonna deal with Chicken Man? He's gonna want to kill Chicken Man, and Hudson is assigned to the case. Like, he's got Ali out of the city and stuff, man. Like, the governor was waiting on Ali and threatened him. I don't want you to ever come back here, boy, and whatnot. But anyways, so after he does this, they like, yo, there was a robbery in the city, like a bunch of people dead, like 80 culprits and stuff. Why was this such a big robbery? And so JD is gonna be on the case. The bad thing about JD is gonna be Chicken Man. So now it's something else he's gonna have to deal with. And that is the last episode. But look, it looked like it took 3 episodes to really get interesting and stuff. Like, since I said this is gonna be like a little review as well, like, I love black stuff and never want to bash no black things. The cast is an A. I'm not gonna say it's an A plus, but the cast is definitely an A. It's A plus casting, but like, just the I don't know the acting and stuff. It's good, but like, with the story and whatever, it's an A casting. The cinematography and stuff, it's like, the cinematography is like, yeah, like a C. Like, I think something like Bel Air looks like aesthetically better, like, than this. The story of it is like a C so far. I ain't gonna lie, because they stretching it out. They're stretching it out as a series. So I think if it was a movie, some parts they could have went through quicker. Like, they didn't need to have a whole episode of them robbing the place and them being in the basement and stuff. Like, that was a whole episode, 45 minutes. They didn't need that to be 45 minutes. Like, so I think it would have been better as a movie rather than a series. But there still is a lot more. So at this point, I give it like a C plus, but it could go up depending on what happens with the rest of the story. I'm not familiar with Chicken Man and Frank's story or whatever, so it's gonna be new to me as well. So I'm gonna try to keep track of this series for the time that it's coming out and do these little videos, since it's only gonna be a few of them. But yo, like, comment, subscribe. Gonna be the greatest and most hated man. I'll let your boy.